Statistics for you, Natu. 7 maps played on Dust 2 for EnVyUS. They've won 2. One of them was against Immortals. It's Vendetta brought up. The other one FaZe. And here we go. The push is going to be coming through. Phelps gets himself picked off. And what a fantastic start from EnVyUS. 4 kills make it 5. Unanswered. The other stat I was going to give, lost 5 times and won twice. Their pissed around win percentage was 78% on this map. Wow. So it's just probably gone up to 82 or so. But yeah, they've lost 5 times, winning most of the pistol rounds.
Yep.
And obviously, pistol round is massive in CounterStrike.
It definitely is. What a way to start for NV there. Apex and BK just sparing Phelps with the first kill. It's going to be Phelps with the second one as well. It's going to be a quick 5-on-3 advantage going away from Immortals.
After a phenomenal pistol round, it's gone horribly wrong for EnVyUS. They can still steady the ship. They can still bring this one back. And Apex and Kenny are going to do just that with their assault rifles. Another kill comes down. EnVyUS have brought it back to a 2-on-2. 2 Deagles in play for Immortals, and it's Bolts and Lucas. Very capable of picking this one off, but Bolts has gone down, leaving Lucas against Apex and MBK.
Doesn't have an armor, but it has a Deagle, and we know with this range, a lot of things can happen when the Deagle is in hand. NV players are being smart about it. They're not peeking all too much. They're just getting a bit of information on what's going on, where Lucas is, but right now they're not even peeking. Well, here comes the peek, just as I say it. So, this should be a 1 for Envy, but as I said, Deagle can be dangerous. You get the clear shot.
Have to bomb down here.
To be buying, so for Envy, they want to try to keep it as clean as possible to try to build a bit of bank. Obviously, they have some MP9s in play, and you can harvest, literally harvest money with those things. Seems as though Henny has already made his way towards long. Spotted it's empty, and look at this defense from Envy, very, very conservative. Just Kenny here spotting on long. He gets the information that they're pushing from long. It's going to be smoking off in front of the site. Flash in and wait for teammates to come in.
Plucked out of the hands of Showtime. See what Immortals were going for now. The flank could become a reality. As Happy is going in with his... So, very solid round from EnVyUS.
MP9. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of choices they make in terms of their positioning. Some kind of a risk is something they'll probably do, considering the weaponry they have on 2 players. Devil with the Tech 9, and Happy with an MP9.
Oh, fantastic. And look at this rush from Immortals as well. They have the full AK-47s coming in, but MBK puts down Showtime. A second kill comes in for him as well. Bomb's been dropped down in no man's land, and this has gone horribly wrong for Immortals. They had the better weaponry coming into this round, but it's gone the way of EnVyUS pretty convincingly. Henny and his AWP scampering away to T-spawn.
Yeah, he's got a minute and 25 to play with here, so it's not going to be easy to try and save this one, that's for sure. That was a weird one. I mean, it seemed like a bit of a statement rush from Immortals, just going into trying to plow into the B bomb site, trying to dictate the plays, and basically just say that we are the ones who dictate the pace. Can't be honest. Not yours.
What's up?
Yeah. Yep. That's through that tunnel. He gets the first kill, and the remaining Immortals players just getting stuck into the little tube into the bomb site. So Envy with a healthy 4-0 lead. Obviously their bank already building up here off of those 2 rounds that they managed to get very cleanly. It's obviously going to mean as well that Immortals is going to be saving. They have 3 smokes to play with, and they decided to smoke off that Xbox. Still 2 more. The best case scenario for them right now is to create an after-plan situation, meaning money for the following round and also an opportunity, well, obviously the best case scenario, win a round, but at least make it costly for Envy.
Yeah, but the realistic mission right now from Immortals, as you say, maybe get a kill, get that bomb planted, bolster up the buy next round. Get your hands on an AWP. They're going to go for the run boost. Up on Catwalk, Kenny with the first kill, able to relocate, puts his sights down, and he's such a solid player in these situations. Once again, showing his worth. 2 kills, Happy's there, 3rd kill for Kenny. Beautiful AWP control. And Happy with
2 weeks back with that little run boost on Catwalk, but now we're going to have AWP in play in Henny from Immortals, so that's suggesting that they will probably not just rush B. But at least that's not advisable.
Well, the worrying sign for Immortals is early days, of course, but Henny, one of their star players, 005, hasn't got a kill yet on Dust 2. Neither does Bolt, so 2 players that you're looking at to really carry forward Immortals are yet to find a kill.
Look at this approach. Immortals taking their sweet time before going to middle. Kenny already positions to take a peek lower tunnels, but it's going to be Henny coming out on top of that. Off of the flash coming from mid. And that's early 5-on-4 advantage going the way of the Brazilians. Obviously going to leave some room into the map for them to take and use it as their advantage.
It's gonna definitely smart on EnVyUS. They're gonna be feeling that. It's gonna sting. After now split up 2-2 formation, 2A, 2B. Devil gonna be holding Pit. Meanwhile, Happy at the back of the site on Goose. Mid control has been given up, and EnVyUS don't have a great deal of grenades to play with either. Just a smoke and a couple flashes. Smoke gets used as I'm speaking, so you have no real way of fending off an onslaught. It's gonna have to come down to raw aim.
Yeah, Happy right now, being the lone player on this A bomb site, that seems to be the target for Immortals. They're setting up their smokes. He's looking off catwalk down to CT spawn. So Molotoving that CT spawn ramp. And making their way to the bombs at Happy, though. He's getting Molotov in Goose. He's going to have to come out. He gets one kill. He's going to get more. He's not. Lucas going to be able to take that kill. Now they've taken over catwalk. And they know there's probably going to be one more somewhere towards this A site. So they decide to go for the more conservative catwalk plant.
Bomb down. 3-on-4 retake. As I mentioned previously, no grenades for EnVyUS to utilize on their retake.
None really.
Oh, this kill would have meant everything. Apex needed to get that one, especially as MBK has opened up on catwalk. Nearly gets a second. Finally, Apex lands the frag onto Lucas. Does significant damage onto Phelps, who has to back away. Comes back in for seconds, doesn't lose his life. And for thirds, how is Phelps still alive? And there's the AK-47 headshot. I thought for a second he landed the no-scope. Devil trying some shenanigans, but probably going to lose his life as a result of this. How is Phelps alive? Finally dies. I think justice was done. The round will go Immortals' way. Oh my goodness.
This time around, they still Envy putting heavy emphasis on that long area. Have sent a Devil there, and the rest of them actually falling back this time around.
This is where EnVyUS need to get headstrong. Had a huge lead, you've let it slip, it's gone the other way. Can you bounce back? Are you just going to disappear, as we've seen so many times over this last 3 to 6 month period? No big events won by them since GEC, I think it was, which is towards the end of January, February time. So it shows how long they've been. It's been a drought of CounterStrike for EnVyUS.
It's definitely been that. And well, right now, it's Immortals taking their time. And they are gathering up into the upper tunnels. So that does imply that the possibility of a P-push coming in. But there's 2 CTs here. They're waiting for a possible push. It's smoke into the tunnel comes in as well, and MBK gonna get that first kill on Phelps, who peeked it a little bit too early for his teammates to be able to help him out. And I think that's gonna just stop the push that Immortals were planning.
Still keeping 2 players here because they're not entirely sure if this is a fake or if it's a straight up execute. I think for Immortals, they do have Bolts who's circling around catwalk, maybe gonna try and sell a fake. 3 players over there from EnVyUS. But there's MBK, he's got himself a second kill, looking for a third. These flashes are on point, pixel perfect play. And now the aforementioned Bolts, who was over on catwalk, has the arduous task of trying to make something happen out of nothing. The bomb's been dropped on B, he doesn't have time to play with, doesn't want to die after time. Looks like EnVyUS will stop this streak.
Finally, and comes off of a attempted push towards the B bomb site. MBK doing pretty much all the work. And it's more being the B splits, it's been the pushes from catwalk, using the spawns so long. That's really worked well for Immortals. Their B, a little bit of buffer building up for future reference.
Double ops in. MBK and Kenny S with 1 apiece, and he takes a fair chunk of damage. Will be scampering away. Early confrontation goes the way of EnVyUS. Doesn't necessarily paint the full picture of how this round could play out.
No, definitely not right now. It's going to be Devil here. Very close to 3 turrets. Make it 4 actually. And they're just waiting for the right time to push to this long area. And Devil doesn't have any help whatsoever. He's got all of it to do by himself. But now actually, it's going to be Immortals just pulling back from him. So it's going to be relief when you're Devil.
Flashes through on mid. Apex trying to get some prey. Meanwhile, Immortals starting to maneuver themselves through long and catwalk respectively. Devil is the man in question, but gets a pop flash, just holds the trigger down and picked up by Bolts. That's got a sting now for EnVyUS, especially as Happy is stood there. And I was about to say there's 2 players there. Didn't notice the showtime was laid in wait. Meanwhile, Kenny S will put him down. Looks for a second kill, picks that one up, and now Apex goes around the corner, and EnVyUS cleaning up on long. Very nicely played.
Well, throughout the first half, you could say.
Yeah, one of the first moments we've really seen him shine. He's on site, pardon me. Not great. Apex, meanwhile, 17 for 6. The only player with more kills than deaths is Bolt. Remember, he stopped at 005. So he's been stepping things up miraculously for Immortals. Definitely one of the reasons why they have 6 rounds right now. But here we go, last round, and they're going to have pistols. They have the Kevlar, they have sacrificed the firepower in order for more utility. And, well, Tech-9s and Deagle are still very powerful.
It definitely is, especially if you give short-range battles to your opponents. Then it can definitely work out. Right now, they're sneaking their way towards the catwalk. They still have all the grenades in the world pretty much to use here. Pop flash coming on cat as well. I notice that it's going to be a defensive positioning from EnVy. We're probably going to see a smoke off to see the spawn. One there right where Kenny is aiming right now. And then a rain of flashes to come in to make it uncomfortable for Kenny. He's going to get blinded. Has to fall back too.
They have managed to get control of A site, but that's only half of the battle. EnVyUS will have Molotovs, flashes, smokes, pretty much everything you can ask for on this retake. Bomb planted. Phelps want to help. Lucas dead. Partially tagged up from Phelps as well before he falls down. Second kill now for EnVyUS. And this retake looking oh so good. Often double up isn't the greatest composition to retake with, but in this situation it's looking good. Henny gets 2 kills though. And that opens up this round, making it 3rd as well. Now he is the last remaining terrorist on this half for Immortals. Can he pull off a crazy play? This is where the double ups could struggle a tiny bit. They're actually having to switch to their sidearms to try and stop this one, but MBK will land it through the shot onto Bolt. That bomb is going to get planted now.
It's a hard retake too. It's going to be for long now. Happy to get that kill on Lucas. It's all down to Henny now in a 1-on-4 situation. Bomb planted for long. I think that's going to be all she wrote for Immortals in this pistol round. And both of them going the way of EnVy. So statistically, I think the Frenchmen are sitting quite pretty in this match right now.
Definitely. There's no questions whatsoever. They are in prime position. Double MAC-10 pickup for EnVyUS. Scout in hands of Kenny S. You're expecting assault rifle. It's going to go in the hands of Devil. And meanwhile, MBK with his UMP. Immortals with 5.7s.
Yeah, they've invested into this quite a bit actually. And we see a long push coming in from Apex. Going down to 40 HP. So there's going to be 3 CTs that's going to have to face. One of them in the smoke. That's going to be Phelps, who has bomb flashing himself in towards that slope. He's going to get that kill on the Apex, but his teammates at the meanwhile are already pushed up on catwalk and taking over that A bomb site. So, situation recovered by EnVy.
Easy pickings for EnVyUS. Happy was hoping to get more farm in through mid. Gets picked off. Lucas now has the MAC-10 for himself, but no lack of head armor on EnVyUS, so no free kills, gotta say. Grenade whizzes past his head and
should make it to the major. That, you know, it's definitely not all over or anything like that. It's still going to be the system of get 3 wins and you're through to the major basically. So, I mean, obviously you want to go start on a good note, but it's not the end of the world. But as I say that, it's going to be a bit of a battle here going on in the middle. A lot of damage dealt to EnVyUS players, and actually it becomes a 3-on-3, but still nothing but on the Immortals side. They only have those CSGs to play with off of the force spy they had in the previous round. So right now, what they were looking for is to try to kill as many members from EnVy to make it as costly as possible. Ideally winning a round, but that's not in the cards right now. I don't think it's very much possible. The bomb has already made its way towards that A bomb site.
Yeah, highly improbable that Immortals win from this point, but yeah, as you say, if they can get a cheeky kill here or there, maybe scamper away with a weapon and give that save to round 19, that's job done. All 3 going to stick together for now. Apex has heard movement. He's going to look to try and get himself a few kills, but actually gets picked off. And in doing so, the scouts have picked up for Lucas now, so they're looking to grasp onto a couple of these weapons. 2 MAC-10s in play. But as expected, EnVyUS is going to be locking it down. And we'll take the 12-6 lead, which is significant.
What kind of an approach EnVy has to throw at us? Are they going to keep a high tempo here, or just going to play with the picks? They did play slow. That could potentially play in the hands of Immortals with these 2 ops in play.
EnVyUS have everything you can ask for. Immortals, nearly, but they are lacking on grenades. No incendiaries, only the 1 HE.
And 1 defuse kit as well.
Yes, good point. Just 1 smoke. So they are bottom of the barrel, scraping through with what they can, and MBK through the smoke. Showtime is a dead man, and our Immortals have to try and fend off the onslaught through catwalk as 3 players are starting to congregate together and push down. The drop is in, but Apex is there in command. He gets traded out from Bolts, but it's a 4-on-2. Immortals are going to have to dig deep for this round.
A bit of an over-rotation there from Immortals after off of that member down in that A-bomb side. Showtime going down there. Seems like both players towards that A-bomb side decided to go towards the CT spawn, and right at that time Envy decides to push Catwalk, and as we can see it is a 4-on-2. The bomb is down and Immortals already with Bolts and Lucas trying to save these weapons, so definitely not an ideal situation for the Brazilian side, who is probably going for a tactical pause at this point.
Yeah.
As and it's going to be 13-6 for Envy.
It's that kind of time of the game, right? You're 13-6, you got maybe 1-2 rifle rounds left.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I mean, this is already maybe. It's becoming very desperate for Immortals. It's more about trying to stop the momentum from Envy, and obviously think it through. How do we approach this? It's going to be the round number 20, and this is definitely a do or die situation for Immortals. Off of a force buy as well.
So, no room for error from here on out. What's left in the tank for Immortals? Can they bring this back? It would be a pretty sick comeback if they were able to do it, but look at this from EnVyUS. Deciding to just go in for the jugular. They have ruthless aggression. MBK's not going to check. Just below the window. It's going to cost his life, and Showtime, meanwhile, puts down Devil. So a decent trade to start things off, but EnVyUS with Apex has come right back in with 2 more kills. The bomb's been planted, and now familiar territory with a retake and just a smoke in the hands with a decoy. Immortals have to land these kills, and Henny's going to do just that. Bolts, meanwhile, gets sprayed through the smoke. Apex is there for his 3rd. He's actually on for the ace if he can pull off the last 2 kills, but the grenade lands by his feet. 15 health remains in the hands of the top fragger for EnVyUS. Happy's gone walkies, meanwhile, in B tunnels. Immortals can sense the blood in the water. They want to try and convert this round. Apex has picked up a 4th, and he very nearly gets a 5th as well. And yes, he will. Comes back.
Obviously, we were talking about flip side as well, being the big fish in a small pond, but these guys are like whales in a small pond. Apex and Kenny being monster players, and that's going to be Apex coming in with that ace in the right moment in time to put his team at 14. Now, MBK already made his way towards long. It's going to make 2 kills on Henny and Phelps to open things up. And as I think, well, it's half die from Immortals, so they haven't fully invested on this one. Bolts is going to get a kill on an Apex. Give a little bit of hope for the Brazilian side of doing something in this round, but the side already being cleared by Envy, so it should be an afterplan situation momentarily. And no kit or anything like that for the seeds to play with.
I think this is Immortals on life support, and EnVyUS going to do the kind thing, administer euthanasia. Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Exactly what you mean.
It's the flat line.
Immortals definitely have flat lines so far, I'd say. Full grenades as well. But EnVyUS have been ruthless.
They definitely have right now. Envy has sent 3 players towards the tunnels. Maybe they're going to take a peek. I think Kenny had the best spawn, so he's just going to be taking a peek towards the deep bomb side, but he's not getting really anything out of it, as both of the 2 players from the city side are playing the bomb side instead of that plateau. But look at this. Kenny's teammates are just going to be walking into the A-bomb side. Showtime and Lucas open things up. 2 kills coming down. It's a quick 5-on-3 favoring the CT side. And that's going to be the push from Envy to stop at its tracks.
Much better from Immortals, but have they left it too little too late? Is it just a drop in the ocean? That's what it feels like. Or maybe EnVyUS aren't done just yet in round 22. Devil lands the entry. Down goes Bolts. Has been one of the talisman for Immortals for quite some time now, especially in this game. Phelps just runs into the firing squad, goes for the flashbang and charges it down afterwards.
Was there a lack of communication going on for the CTs? Like, they should have known there's nobody on top of an A site. Now that becomes very doable for Envy. They are sitting good with HP, and they also have a couple of smokes to work with, a flash, even a Molotov. And he's going to be under immense pressure from Long and also now from Catwalk, but he's going to connect somehow to Happy before getting taken down by Devil. And it becomes a 2-on-2. The crossover gets smoked off, and they make their way towards that A-bomb side. Now the bomb is getting planted too. And it's going to be a long plateau plant, so if Kenny makes his way to Long, it'll be all over. But as I say that though, there's a CT coming from Long. That's going to be Lucas. I think he's going to find Kenny, who's going to hit that shot too. I think this could be it. Showtime needs to do some crazy stuff for this to be possible.
How are Immortals even in this situation? This round was theirs. It was dead to rights, but the door gets opened back up again from EnVyUS, and they will oblige with clear-cut kills, the bomb plant, and now Showtime caught between two players. Devil gets tagged, unfortunate, and they take it 16-6 again though. Immortals, I've got to say, they're a bit disappointing.
Very underwhelming, to be honest with you. I mean, starting off by losing the pistol in the first half and then going down 5-0 based off of a B rush when they had everything bought, and then having the eco obviously, and then having their own little stream, and then basically losing right out after that. I mean, I think that was EnVy getting something like 11 rounds in a row total in this match.
Yeah. Immortals got 6 in a row after the 5-0 start, and then EnVyUS just ran away with it.
So it's 11 rounds in a row.
Absolutely.
That's getting steamrolled. I mean, obviously, this could be some flashbacks for Immortals on major qualifiers. Remember, boys, what happened last time? But at least the system is not so that they're going to be in an elimination match after this. Instead, well, they have to make sure that they're not going to be looking at 3 losses at 80 points to the major. But if they keep playing like this, I think it's going to be a tough battle for Immortals.
We did highlight before that one of the previous 2 victories EnVyUS got was over Immortals, previously known as Tempo Storm, of course. On Dust 2, it was 16-9.